Look what we've got back, the Honda CR-V.
We're going to run through the changes for 2024. Ooh.
Hang on, Zach.
It is a CVT, Andrea. Let's take it easy over there.
It's good, though.
It's not bad.
Good.
It's adequate, I would call it. What's under the hood of this CR-V?
A 1.5-liter turbocharged four-cylinder matched to a CVT. It has 190 horsepower and 179 pound-feet of torque. Front-wheel drive and all-wheel drive options are available.
There's also a hybrid option available with a 2-liter 4-cylinder Atkinson cycle engine matched to an ECVT with 204 horsepower, 247 pound-feet of torque. Standard all-wheel drive in Canada, but you can get front-wheel and all-wheel drive options in the United States. So let's get into what do you get with the latest CR-V.
The base trim comes with a 7-inch digital driver display, a 7-inch touchscreen, wired Apple Carplay and Android Auto, heated front seats, manual driver and passenger seats, cloth upholstery, dual zone automatic climate control, a 4-speaker audio system, and Honda Sensing driver assist technology. In the US, heated front seats and dual zone automatic climate control are not standard.
I got a puzzle for you, Andrea. We're in the sport model. They have a drive mode, but they don't have on this model a sport mode.
Only on the hybrid model.
So sport model, no sport mode. But what else can we put it in?
You got to put it in S for subscribe. And if you can hit that notification bell, you'll be notified when all our reviews drop, and then you can watch them.
And we do this, the couple car review, twice a week. The first one drops on Wednesday.
We put another one out on Saturday.
So make sure you like and subscribe, and also follow along on Instagram. It's Motormouth_Andrea to see what's up behind the scenes. For me, it's Motormouth_Auto. And the links are below the like button. 2024, Andrea. What's new for 2024?
Well, Honda has added some more hybrid trims for 2024 and a price increase across the board on all models.
Cha-ching! You have to stick around for our hot topic because we're going to jump into this a little bit more about. It's not really American pricing. Your pricing is kind of quite good, actually.
Yeah, not bad.
It's the Canadian pricing is whack-a-doodle. They just put it up, as Andrea mentioned, and we're going to jump into that. And I think one of the things is Honda was first out of the gate with the big price increases. Others have caught up, but not to the same level.
Yeah, for sure. Now, let's get into how this drives. We have driven the gas model, the hybrid model. We are in the sport model. It is a gas model. It's one up from the base model in Canada. And it handles really well. It does a lot well. In fact, Honda has improved handling, ride comfort, even the CVT. They have reduced noise, vibration, and harshness. And you know what? I can tell a difference between this and the previous model. Now, don't get me wrong. When you want to pass on the highway, you're going to have to take a little bit of time to do that.
Do you have to pack a lunch, Andrea?
You got to pack a lunch a little bit. Not a big lunch, a little lunch. But in the city, it's great. Like, it's going to do everything you want it to do.
We have a Honda Civic with a CVT, and it's the exact same in that car. In the city, it's great. It returns really good fuel economy. It's when you get it on the highway, you got to plan those maneuvers.
Yeah.
But this is really, I've always called this, Andrea, the Swiss Army knife of utilities. It does a little bit of everything well. Does it excel at anything? Not particularly.
It's definitely more refined than the previous model, and for the hybrid, it offers a comfortable and smooth ride, but it's not as quiet as the Korean twins, the Tucson and the Sportage.
Absolutely.
No way.
It does handle well. That's one thing Honda excels at. They deliver vehicles with good handling. Even the Civic's a great handling car. All right, so what about this on the outside? Not really taking many chances. What do you think? You like the way it looks.
I like the boxy design. I prefer it over the previous model. I like that long hood. I think it looks sleek and modern looking.
Sport model gets the black wheels. Not a huge fan of black wheels. I like the fact that this is one up from the base model. There's actually relative value here.
This gets up to 8.3 inches of ground clearance. It comes standard with LED headlights, LED tail lights. It has standard 17-inch wheels, available 18 and 19-inch wheels. The gas model gets a temporary spare tire, but hybrids a tire repair kit.
What's with that?
I know.
I don't get that. Okay, so we've talked about the interior of the CR-V and other Honda products. We first saw it in the Civic.
Yeah.
We raved about it when it first came out. They copied and pasted it into other vehicles. The one thing I've noticed sitting here now, Andrea, looking at it after it's been out for a while, a head unit is small, and the digital instrument cluster isn't a full width, 12.3 inch. It's a kind of a hybrid of analog and digital.
We've got the 7-inch touchscreen in this model. There is an available 9-inch touchscreen, which gets wireless Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. Honestly, at this price point in Canada, this sport model is over $44,000. This should come standard with wireless Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. I don't understand where Honda has gone with the features. This model is missing features like ventilated front seats.
Just a second, that's better. There you go, keep going.
This model is missing features like ventilated front seats, a panoramic sunroof, and a 360 camera. These are not available on any trims, and the competitors have them available. In the US, you can't even get heated rear seats. In Canada, they are available.
So I really do like this honeycomb dash. The screen is pathetically small at 7 inches considering the competition. There's great storage in this vehicle. It's comfortable, it's well done. What do you think of the seats?
Yeah, I think the seats are really comfortable. Honda did focus on them to make them more comfortable on longer drives and to reduce fatigue. I think that they have definitely achieved that. Now let's get into the trims. In Canada, moving up one from the base model will get you a heated steering wheel, a moonroof, a power liftgate, a power driver seat with lumbar support, and a 6-speaker audio system. The EXL gas and hybrid models add driver seat memory, a power passenger seat, heated rear seats, leather trim seats, the larger 9-inch touchscreen with wireless Apple CarPlay and Android Auto, a wireless charger, and the 8-speaker audio system. The top touring hybrid model adds navigation and the Bose sound system.
Now, in the United States, the EX model adds heated front seats, a moonroof, and a power driver seat. You need to get the EXL model. That's where you get the power liftgate, leather trim seats, power front seats with driver seat memory, and the 9-inch touchscreen. Plus, you get wireless Apple CarPlay and Android Auto, and they even throw in a wireless charger. The Sport L Hybrid adds leather trim seats with orange stitching, and the top touring hybrid gets the Bose sound system, a heated steering wheel, and a hands-free power liftgate. Where the CR-V shines is in comfort and rear seat legroom. Getting in the back seat, there is plenty of legroom, good headroom. This is a comfortable product.
Comparing the CR-V to the Kia Sportage and Toyota RAV4, the CR-V offers 41.3 inches of front row legroom, and that's about the same size as the Toyota and Kia. Second row legroom at 41 inches is 3 inches larger than the RAV4. The Kia is pretty much the same size.
And then you lift on this model, the power liftgate, and you get a useful cargo area, and the cargo floor can be moved for extra space.
Cargo space behind the second row at 39.3 cubic feet is larger than the RAV4, but offers about the same as the Kia. Overall cargo space at 76.5 cubic feet is larger than both of these competitors.
All right, you got questions about this one for sure.
Time now for questions, coffee, and cars.
Your questions from Instagram.
Is it a flat floor in the second row? Yeah.
It's a little bump. There's a little speed bump.
Yeah, like a wee bump. But boy, is that ever great for middle seat passengers. There is so much space back there. Looks great, but the real question remains, is it worth the premium? For this price, you can get a used Acura RDX or maybe a fully loaded Forester if you can find one. Well, I say we go straight to a viewer.
Who owns one?
Yeah, just bought a 23 Sport in Canada as a first-time Honda owner. Just felt like it's hard to find anything wrong during the test drive. Everything is very vanilla and non-offensive. It does everything well and is predictable. Like with all cars, there are small features here and there and tech that would be nice to have, but at around 42,000 Canadian, I feel it's great, reliable value. And I have one more.
Oh.
I have the 24 EXL Hybrid, which is the new hybrid model for Canada that's added for 2024. And it's been a good buy. Ride is smooth, spacious, and a quiet engine. It's expensive, but it's available to buy right away. My orders for a RAV4 gas and hybrid were taking forever.
Yeah, if it's available and other cars aren't, the ones that are available will obviously sell.
Yeah.
My thesis on this is the same. I think people who can afford these vehicles, so obviously that wasn't too much pressure on your wallet, will buy a Honda. They know the brand, they trust the brand. It's a very well thought out product. All of that's true. The people who are going to be taking this off the list are the budget buyers, maybe first-time SUV buyers, a young family, a kid, a house, a mortgage, and they start cross-shopping and they take this off because when you compare it, especially to the Koreans, it's at a step.
It's at a step. In fact, the Kia Seltos, which is a subcompact vehicle, has more features like ventilated front seats. This doesn't even get it. And we just had the Chevy Trax, standard wireless Apple CarPlay and Android Auto for under 25,000 Canadian and 20,400 in the US. Come on.
Come on, Honda.
CRV has changed, but it hasn't. Makes sense?
It does kind of make sense. I see what you're saying is like it's a new model, but it isn't really that new. So you've got to look at it from Honda's side. This is their best seller. They know their buyer and they do research and they find out what do they like about the vehicle, and they've just improved on those areas. The size and the functionality and the design and ease of use of this vehicle is fantastic. I mean, they do that exceptionally well. What they haven't done is sharpen their pencil on it in the Canadian market. But you know what? Porsche's the same way. We have a Cayenne. The latest Cayenne looks like the last Cayenne and the Cayenne before that. They don't screw around with it. It's their best seller.
I actually think this is the best looking CRV model out there now. I love that long hood. And also what they could have done was, come on, it's a brand new model. Add ventilated front seats, a panoramic sunroof, and a 360 camera. Like you're starting fresh. I just don't get it.
And now it's time for our hot topic. What's this one, Andrea?
Looking forward to watching this. The prices in Canada are bananas.
Do you know where this is made, Andrea?
Canada.
They're making this in Canada with Canadian dollars and selling it to Canadians for a very high price. Where there's no import duty that they have to pay for anything. I don't get it. It's way out of step with what they're charging in the United States. They went out of the gate when this came out, and actually the HRV first, we thought the pricing was kind of crazy, and now looking back, maybe they were just first out of the gate, and a lot of other brands have put their prices up too, but Honda wasn't happy with that, so they put the prices up even more.
So if you look at the RAV4 top trim gas model, it's actually priced a little bit higher than the top trim EXL in Canada. However, you get more features. Ooh, what a concept, right?
And
things like ventilated front seats, which really is a no-brainer in the compact class.
And better fuel economy.
I applaud Honda for coming out with another hybrid trim in Canada. Still pricey at $48,000. And in the US, they added an extra one too. So now there's 3. So I think that that's a good step.
Yeah, but they have a way lower priced hybrid than we have in
Absolutely.
Canada. And that's what I don't get. So, I mean, our second hybrid is like $2,000 less than the most expensive CRV at $51,000. I was like, I don't get it. And so anyway, people are buying these. The numbers are in, Andrea.
I know.
Honda sales are up in the United States, but their pricing isn't as wackadoodle.
Well, you can get that top trim hybrid in the US for under $40,000. I mean, that's a great price point. We have no problem with the price in the US. It's just Canada.
Speaking of the pricing, Andrea, we're going to get into that in our vital stats.
Let's start with pricing. In Canada, the first front-wheel drive model is just over $37,000, and the top touring hybrid is just under $52,000. In the US, the first front-wheel drive model is $29,500, and the top sport touring hybrid is $39,500.
Here's the fuel economy for the gas model. 9.1 liters per 100 kilometers city, 7.6 on the highway. That's 27 miles per gallon city, 32 miles per gallon highway. The hybrid gets 6 liters per 100 kilometers city, 6.9 on the highway. That's 40 miles per gallon city, 34 miles per gallon highway. The CRV model can tow 1,500 pounds and the hybrid 1,000 pounds. The warranty is 3 years, 60,000 kilometers, or 36,000 miles. There are some heavy hitters in the compact category. Let's see what else you can buy.
For your consideration, 4 vehicles for you to consider.
Up first is the Toyota RAV4 with a 2.5-liter 4-cylinder, 203 horsepower, and an all-wheel drive starting price of just over $35,500.
The Hyundai Tucson with a 2.5-liter 4-cylinder, 187 horsepower, and an all-wheel drive starting price of just under $37,000.
The Kia Sportage with a 2.5-liter 4-cylinder, 187 horsepower, and an all-wheel drive starting price of just over $34,500.
The Mazda CX-5 with a 2.5-liter 4-cylinder, 187 horsepower, and an all-wheel drive starting price of just under $35,000.
So there are 4 compact SUVs for you to consider.
Lightning round, 2 things we like, 2 things we like to see improved.
I actually like how this handles.
It does a lot of things really well.
For $44,000 in Canada for this sport model, I would like a power passenger seat, please.
That's what I was going to say.
It's a great SUV, just pricey.
Missing a few features, but did we mention pricey?